Saxon Algebra 1/2, Lesson 56, equations with, gasp, mixed numbers. You know how I feel about mixed numbers. I don't like them. And throughout the first 55 lessons of this year, I've been forced to maintain an uneasy truce because sometimes John throws us problems that are easier if you leave them as mixed numbers, and sometimes he doesn't. We're now sophisticated enough. You guys are now smart enough that I'm going to give you a new rule of thumb for moving forward. Moving forward, always convert. Convert to improper fractions and I'm going to put an asterisk by it, and the asterisk is going to say unless you don't want to. And what I mean by that is if you can see a really good reason why you think you should leave your number as a mixed number, then that's okay. If you see, want maybe isn't the right word. If you see a good reason that you're going to want to keep your number as a mixed number, then that's your business. But my rule of thumb is to say always it's going to be easier if you just convert it right away. So that's what we're going to do in these problems. We're going to start implying it, or we're going to start applying our rule of thumb, and we're going to convert first. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. So this is 7/3 m equals 5. Okay, these guys are being multiplied. The opposite of multiplication is division, but when I write this, I go, ew. No, I don't want to do that. That's disgusting, right? We don't want to deal with that. Later, we'll learn how to deal with that and that it's okay. But for now, we don't want to do it. So what we want to do is when we need to divide by a fraction, we don't want to divide by a fraction. We use a reciprocal instead. Write all this down. Write all that down too. I'm full of rules today, aren't I? So bossy. Okay. Don't divide by a fraction. That's crazy. Multiply by the reciprocal instead. I'm going to rewrite my problem down here so you can see it better. It's 7/3 m equals 5. When we use the reciprocal, what that means is we take the fraction, flip it, and multiply by that. Okay, we have to do it to both sides, so go ahead and write it to both sides. I'm going to put that over a 1 so it looks good. Now, notice that when we multiply by the reciprocal, what happens? Oh yeah, we get 21 over 21, and that equals 1. That always happens when you multiply by reciprocals. That's why they're magical. So this has all gone away. I don't usually show all this. I just show that when you multiply anything by a reciprocal, you can just draw a line through it because you turned it into 1 and it's done. 1 and done. Now we're ready for our solution. There's nothing we can cancel, so our answer is 15 over 7. Is that the right answer, John? Yes. Okay, so that's how we handle these. Number 1, we convert, and number 2, we use the reciprocal to simplify. Let's do another one. There are only 2. All right, and let me tell you something more, but let me write the problem down first. 3 1/2 k equals. One reason I hate mixed numbers is I hate this floaty business. I hate how the 3 is like big and it floats, and then there's a 1/2, and then there's a k that like floats in the middle. That's dumb. We don't want floaty things in our problems. So what I would tell you is in the homework, don't even write them down like this. Just immediately convert it to an improper fraction as you're transferring the problem from the book to your paper. Don't even write this down. Just go 6, 7 over 2k. I guess that's still floating, but it's better. 21 over 5. Makes sense? Don't even write this down. This is just a headache waiting to happen. All right, this is where you would start. Now we see reciprocal, letter. We've got to break up that party. We could divide by the fraction, but I just said don't do it. So do this instead, right? Both sides by the reciprocal. Hannah Cranny will come after you with a big fat stick if you don't do it this way. These both multiply through, we would get 14 over 14, that's 1. The reciprocal has done its job. We can just draw a line through it. K is now by itself, and all we have to do is clean this up. And I see, 7 and 21. That's 3 times. We divided both sides by 7. And now there's nothing left to simplify, so I get 6 over 5 as our value for K. And that is right. That is the end of lesson 56. When you get to the practice problem, you'll see that it's like this one in that there's a mixed number on both sides. Remember that the one that you need to multiply by as reciprocal is the one that's chilling with the letter, right? That's how you know. That letter is what you're trying to isolate. So you need to make the fraction that's hanging on to the letter go away, right? That's the one that you choose. Okay, that's lesson 56, you guys. Short, sweet, and to the point. I will see you on FaceTime or Messenger video chat, whichever you prefer, on Thursday or Friday, and I will have a fabulous review problem for you, and it will be great fun. Thank you. Goodbye.